The following podcast you're about to listen to is brought to you by the Push Start Media Network, where everything you do in life begins with pushing start. Gentlemen, welcome back to another edition, the second official edition of Beat the Odds with SYE. You know me, I am your humble host, Bryce Benjamin, along with my co-host, my guy, man of the hour, got him, hype him up, Mr. Ed Rueter via satellite. What's good, dude?
Oh, I'm just living life out here, man. I can't wait to get into some of our picks here for this week. I do have to give one little shout out on a little bit of a sad note, though. So I'm going to bring us down for just a second, but then I'm going to lift us back up, of course. But okay. Sad news today: Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, and that's a sad day for America. She was a longtime Supreme Court justice, and she fought for women's rights and for the rights of minorities for a long period of her life, and she really served this country. She's one of the few people. I don't usually get all emotional or political too much, but she was really a person who served for many, many years and did a lot of great things for this country, and she just passed away a few hours ago. So big shout out to RBG. Did a lot of terrific things.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact.
But now we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
I had to say that. I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't mention her tonight because it's weighing heavily on my mind, but I'm ready to get in some picks with you, my man.
Yeah, that's a fact. And real quick, just to touch on that a little bit. Politics, there's a lot of just crooked people, and there's a few good people in there. And yeah, man, we definitely lost one today. So RIP to her, and then prayers out to her family and everything. So, but moving on here, we're gonna talk week 2 NFL picks, and yeah, man, I think we did a good episode last week. The picks, I think we, week 1 a little bit rusty. We kind of had to get a feel for how these teams, we didn't see them play. There's no preseason. We just got training camp reports pretty much. So week 2, I think we're going to have much cleaner picks. We kind of got an idea of what these teams are. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this. So we are looking from the lines on DraftKings Sportsbook, DraftKingsSportsbook.com. And yeah, let's go ahead and kick it off, man. The first game on the slate here, 1 p.m. game, San Francisco traveling to the Netherlands. Is this still the Netherlands? What is it now?
The Netherlands? Did you say that?
Did I say the Meadowlands? It's the Meadowlands, right?
They're going to be overseas. They're going to be doing some Dutch shit this weekend in the Netherlands. That's amazing. That's my favorite mistake you've ever made. That's incredible. The Dutch Jets, Meadowlands, yes, yeah. So it's in New Jersey for the game. And what's your feelings on it? We got the Jets as 7-point dogs. What do you think here?
So looking at this game, looking at the Jets last week, they played Buffalo. They lost 17-27. It really wasn't even that close. That was a bad. This Jets team might be the worst team in football. They're bad. Like, Sam Darnold has no protection. Offensive line is shitty still. He has 0 weapons. Le'Veon Bell is a bust signing. He's done. Their defense, they lost Jamal Adams. They traded him. They lost C.J. Mosley. He opted out. They just look like shit. They might go 0-16. They just might go 0-16. So obviously, I'm picking in this game. I'm rolling with San Fran. San Fran didn't look too hot last week either. They went against the Cardinals, and albeit, Cardinals, Kyler Murray is fucking awesome. I love that guy. He just ran rampant all over that team, but they don't have to worry about that with with New York's offensive line and their offense in general. I think this defensive line is just going to just devour Sam Darnold. I honestly feel bad for this dude, man. He sees ghost. He's going to see more Caspers, and yeah, it's going to be bad. I have it as a score of well, let me say this. The Niners are favored by -7, and the over-under is 41.5. This is an easy one for me. I got the Niners. I got them winning big. I think it's going to be just under the over-under. I got the Niners winning 30-10 myself. Blowout fashion. Might not even be that close, but there you go.
I love it, buddy. I'm right with you on this one. The only thing that I would say that we might differ on a little bit is the final score. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than that, but I'd still be betting the 49ers here. I could see where the 49ers just kind of get all over them and dominate the game and just kind of grind out the second half in a low-scoring ball game. So it's notable that the Jets' offense is terrible and San Fran's defense is really good, but it's also notable that San Fran's offense is inflicted with some injuries this week. So George Kittle's out. It looks as though Deebo Samuel is still going to be out. And they didn't exactly move the ball really well last week either. So I still like the Niners here by 7 or more, but lower scoring like 24-10, something like that. Definitely going with the under.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Yeah, the Jets just bad, man. Did you watch that game?
Yeah, the Bills game?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I just feel
This
as though
is
if they had
gross.
trouble, as good as the Bills' defense is, the 49ers front seven is really scary. Just Bosa alone is enough to give anybody nightmares, but that the entire front seven is really good in San Fran, and I think there's going to be some more ghosts before Halloween for Mr. Darnold.
Yeah, I feel bad for that dude, man. But anyways, I'm glad it's not my team. I feel bad for Jets fans. All right, let's move on to the next game. We got the Detroit Lions versus the Green Bay Packers. Right now, the line for this game, Green Bay is favored -6.5 at home. Over under is 49.5. Rueter, I toss this one to you, sir. What are your thoughts on this game?
Well, coming into the season, I might have had a little bit different story here. I might have thought a little bit less about Green Bay, which would have been incorrect, and I might have thought a little bit better about Detroit. But I just watched the Detroit team last week that gave up 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns to Mitchell Trubisky, who I'm not here to trash my man Mitch.
That just sounds funny, like.
Yeah, that is one that we might not hear again all year long. So you heard it here first and last on SYE.
Imagine being the team that gave up 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
It's like
Mitch Trubisky.
Mitch Trubisky somehow remembered how to play football in the fourth quarter against these Lions. The Lions, I will say this, the Lions still had an opportunity to win the game. DeAndre Swift drops a sure touchdown wide open to lose the game for Detroit. But with that being said, I mean, Rodgers just came out and just dominated what I think could be a good Vikings defense. And the Lions do not have a good defense. So I think this is one of my locks for the week. I mean, this is about as a sure thing as you can get. Green Bay at home, only -6.5. I feel like Green Bay could absolutely blow them out. I think we're going to see an over here. I could see a little bit of a shootout. Stafford might put some points on the board as well, especially in garbage time. But I think this is a rout for Green Bay, like 35 to 30 or something, somewhere along those lines. It's going to be, or excuse me, I meant 35 to 20.
Yeah, I was going to say 35 to 30 is a pretty good game.
I apologize. I misspoke. 35 to 20, and it won't even be that close. I have a feeling it's going to be like 30 to 10 all game long. And then, teams tend to, go into prevent defense and tighten it up at the end. But yeah, around 35 to 20, and it won't even be as close as a score. Easy one for the Packers.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Detroit, they look good to start. And then, like Chicago, just Trubisky, like you said, 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. DeAndre Swift drops a game-winning touchdown from Stafford. That kind of sucked. And, this Detroit defense is not good, is a nice way to put it. And on top of that, they're going to be missing Desmond Trufant, their second corner. Okuda should be making his debut. He's a full participant in practice all week. So that's good for them. I honestly don't think it matters, though. I just think Green Bay, like what they did to the Minnesota last week was very impressive. Aaron Rodgers looks back. Okay. A-Rod is back, bro. That fire looks like that them drafting that quarterback in the first round definitely lit a fire under him. Right now, he might be the leading candidate for MVP, albeit it's just week 1. And I just think they're going to just rain hell on this Detroit team. I got A-Rod going crazy, another probably 3-4 touchdown performance. And I think it's going to be a blowout as well. I have it as a final score of 38-24. So I'm rolling with Green Bay. I'm rolling with the over. And I'm just giving Detroit 24 as like garbage time points. Like, I just think that Green Bay is going to score like it's going to be like 35 to like fucking 10, and then Detroit might get a couple of touchdowns late in the fourth quarter to kind of make it look better, but they're just going to kick their asses. Like it's a division game. Detroit usually play them tough, but nah, I'm not going for it.
With it, and by the way, Kenny Golladay is out as well. So the top threat for Detroit is also out. I think it's gonna be a rout. I think Green Bay destroys them.
Real quick, Adrian Peterson, man, that dude is not human. Like he's a freak of nature. He's legit created in a laboratory. Like there's certain players in sports, LeBron James, Adrian Peterson, Mike Trout, they just created in labs. He's one of them, man. Like this is ridiculous. This dude is 34 years old, almost ran for 100 yards last week. He averaged 7 yards a carry last week. Shout out to AP. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, he's a special player. 93 yards last week. He's somebody who he's just one of those classic players. I said there's a few in my lifetime that I have no doubt that you could have put on any team in any era, and they would have been really, really good. And that's definitely AP is one of those. So absolutely, more power to him, man.
Shout out to AP. All right, moving on. We have the Buffalo Bills traveling down to Miami to take on your Miami Dolphins, Rueter. And you want to go ahead and take this one first? This is your Dolphins team. You know them better than anybody.
Sure. I know this team, and again, puzzling this week, the low spreads here. The Lions only giving away the Lions only getting 6.5 on the road, and the Dolphins only getting 5.5 against a team that I think they're going to be really outclassed against. And I just don't understand. I said last week that I really thought that this Dolphins team could beat the Patriots. I really thought we had turned a corner with Brian Flores. I thought we had turned a corner with the team's mentality at the end of last year. And I just saw a lot of the same stuff that I've been seeing for years. Just ineptitude on offense. Can't stop a running quarterback, which has been the Dolphins' Achilles heel for many years now. And just more of the same. Right around the corner, we've got a very good defense with Buffalo. And guess what? A scrambling quarterback who's built exactly in that Cam Newton mold. Big, tough, running quarterback. I think that the Bills win this one pretty handily. They're going to go down and handle their business. They're going to start out 2-0. They're going to give the Bills fans all kinds of crazy hope for a huge season. Yeah, you're gonna hear a lot of that. You're going to see all kinds of crazy stuff on social media, all the Let's Go Buffalo and the AAA stuff. And it'll be a sad day for me at the old Rueter residence, but
oh boy.
But I'm going with Buffalo here, and we're gonna call it the under actually here. The under's at 41. I see this being just one of those ugly games. Miami might be able to D up a little bit, kind of like what they did with New England. I believe the score was only last week when Miami played the Patriots, it was 21-11. I could see it being another very ugly game like that. Even though the over-under is at 41, I put this game at like 20-10, somewhere in that range. It's going to be ugly, and the Bills win.
Yeah. I got a question for you real quick. Do you think that the weather will play a factor for Miami? Because Buffalo traveling down from Western New York down to South Beach, and you think like the hot Miami weather could play a factor in their conditioning?
I don't think so. I mean, I think the whole time they've been conditioning, it was like 4,000 degrees up here in Buffalo, so they might have had a little feel for that in the off season. So I think they'll be just fine. I think it would be a bigger advantage for a team that's not used to the snow to come up to play in the snow than it is for a team to go out and play in some heat. So I think the Bills will be just fine. It's the first road game of the year, so that can always be a little wonky. Maybe that's why the score or the spread is what it is. But I think easy call, Buffalo Bills, by 10 or more.
I was listening to Bill Simmons' podcast, and he made a good point saying that he thinks that these spreads are going to be a little out of whack because, like, first of all, we didn't see these teams play, and it's going to take until about week 4 until you start to see these lines look more like predictable or more correct. So, and yeah, I'm with you. I think Buffalo should be able to handle Miami pretty decently. Although, I think that with your guys' cornerbacks, Xavier Howard and then also Byron Jones, I think that you guys could give Josh Allen some fits there if you guys can somehow maintain the run. If you guys can somehow not allow Buffalo to just run all over you guys, if you make Josh Allen throw the ball, then I think you guys could have a shot and make it more competitive. you guys have to establish a run on offense, and then Fitzpatrick just has to not